At first, there was only black water and a high ringing inside my skull. My fingers clawed at concrete slick with rot. I should have been dead. I wasn't. Their mistake. Through the static of pain came her voice. My wife. Is he dead? Then his voice, Yaron, my former teammate. Point blank. He's gone. His daughter is ours. We'll sell her to the Syrians. That's when something colder than blood moved through me. I didn't feel panic. I didn't feel grief. Only a surgical clarity. They had taken my daughter. They had planned it. And they believed the man they shot was gone. They forgot who I used to be. I opened my eyes. Filth, needles, rats, and my own blood floating like oil. My skull throbbed, but my hands still worked. I pushed myself upright, every movement silent and precise. Breathing, recalibrating, cataloging details. This wasn't death. This was their miscalculation. And miscalculations have a price. The sewer echoed with my memories. Kidon training drills. Yaron's steady aim. My wife's soft hand on my neck the night before deployment. Lies, all of it. I replayed their words. The timing, the calmness in her tone, the way she asked, "Is he dead?" like ordering room service. It wasn't shock, it was logistics. She had waited years for this moment. She'd studied me, learned my blind spots. And I had been too wrapped in missions, too addicted to the adrenaline, to notice the rot spreading in my own house. The betrayal wasn't only about my daughter, it was about erasing me, selling my family to enemies who wanted leverage. I moved through the sewer like a ghost, hands on the walls, eyes closed. Every step built a new version of me, one who did not rage but calculated. I wasn't going to storm in, gun blazing. That's for amateurs. I was going to peel back their lives layer by layer until the truth stood naked. I surfaced through a drainage tunnel 4 miles from where they left me. The city night smelt of diesel and iron. My first move wasn't revenge, it was information. At an old safe house, I cleaned the wound, shaved my head, stitched the skin. No hospital, no chatter. Silence was my only ally. Then I started digging. Bank transfers, fake passports, a burner phone I'd hidden years ago under a false name. My wife's call logs showed encrypted numbers tied to a Damascus cell. Yaron's emails linked to a black market child trafficking route. Each breadcrumb confirmed what I already sensed. This was no sudden betrayal. It was a long investment. Inside, my mind stayed quiet, but I could feel the hum of something deep and feral. I thought of my daughter's small hands, the way she used to grip my thumb when she was afraid. I imagined those hands in some stranger's grip across a border. That image became a blade I sharpened on the whetstone of patience. I learned where they were keeping her. I learned when the exchange was scheduled. And then I built my plan. Not a rescue, but an exposure. I wanted them to face what they've done under a light so harsh no shadow could save them. 3 nights later, I stood across from them in a safe house I once stocked myself. Yaron sat at the table, phone glowing. My wife stood behind him, her hair pulled back, expression like marble. They hadn't seen me yet. I placed a folder on the table. Documents, bank wires, photographs, intercepted messages, proof of everything. My voice came out low, even, almost bored. "You planned it perfectly," I said. Yaron's eyes snapped up. My wife's mouth opened, but no sound came. "I was supposed to die," I continued, "but I don't die that easy." I watched the color drain from her face as she realized every message, every secret account, every plan, laid bare. I didn't shout, I didn't touch my gun. The silence between each word did more damage than any weapon. They expected rage. They got something worse. I slid 2 forged passports toward them, hers and Yaron's, each marked with Interpol red notices I'd engineered. Their faces, their names, already flagged, their assets frozen. A kill shot, but with paperwork instead of bullets. The Syrians won't get her, I said, but they'll get you. Every door you run to is already closed. Yaren's hand twitched toward his pistol. I didn't flinch. Try it, I said. He didn't. My wife whispered my name as if it might soften me. It didn't. I turned to leave, only saying, "You'll remember every detail of this night. That's your punishment." I walked out into the night carrying my daughter, asleep under a blanket, taken from the next room before they noticed. She didn't wake. She didn't need to see them break. The city air tasted like rust, but it was clean compared to the sewer. My hands didn't shake. My heart didn't race. There was no triumph, only a stillness I hadn't felt in years. Behind me, two people sat, surrounded by the wreckage of their own conspiracy, stripped of power, future shrinking by the second. I had no interest in killing them. Death is an ending. I preferred permanence. I looked down at my daughter. Her small fingers curled around mine. For the first time that night, I allowed a breath of warmth. Not love, not hope, just the knowledge that she was free. The rest no longer mattered. I'd been shot, buried, erased, yet here I was, walking. They forgot who I used to be. Now they'll never forget.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.